Afternoon. Welcome to the Thurston County Board of County Commissioners public hearing for Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. The topic today is precinct boundary changes and County Commissioner District legal description. The purpose of the public hearing this afternoon is to accept and consider public comment on the proposed ordinance for precinct boundary changes, including 11 precinct boundary line adjustments and creating one new precinct, and the proposed ordinance for the legal description of one commissioner district. This is a hybrid public hearing. Those wishing to testify have joined in person, by Zoom, emailed in comment, or mailed in comment. If you wish to testify, please visit the Thurston County homepage online and select announcements of public hearings on the left-hand side. The information to join this public hearing remotely has been posted there. If you do not wish to testify but would like to listen and follow along, please watch the live stream through the Thurston County YouTube channel to help us manage attendance. Mary Hall, County Auditor, and Tilly Naputi Pular, Election Manager, will provide information on this topic. Assuming those on the Zoom wish to testify, I will read your name aloud. I will read names on the sign-up sheet 3 at a time, and you will have 4 minutes to testify. Time may not be given to another person. When you are called on, please state your name and address for the record. Public hearing is now open. Mary and Tilly will present background information of the proposed amendment, written comments submitted, and any additional information requested by the board.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and good afternoon, commissioners. For the record, my name is Mary Hall, Thurston County Auditor. So we are in the process of performing our annual precinct maintenance. So we do these changes every year, and they are necessary due to city annexations primarily. When cities annex land, we need to readjust our precinct boundaries and legal descriptions to ensure that we are in compliance with state law. For example, precincts can't straddle city boundaries, for example. We also have, there's a maximum number of registered voters allowable in a precinct, and that number is 1,500. So when there's a lot of growth in an area, we also need to make adjustments due to growth, and typically either split the precincts or shave a little piece off and combine them with smaller precincts in the area. So the changes that we're proposing today, in the city of Olympia, there are 2 precinct boundary improvements, city of Lacey, 5 boundary adjustments, which we also believe will be very good improvements, and then 4 county precinct boundary adjustments. So all of this information is posted on our website. So you can go to thurstonvotes.org, or feel free to give us a call at 360-786-5408. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Lynn Watson, who has a PowerPoint presentation, and she will walk you through a visual of what exactly is going to be changing.
Thank you, Auditor Hall. For the record, my name is Lynn Watson, Lead Election Technician. We did not receive any written public comment on these proposed precinct maintenance changes. So. Okay. Can you see my window okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so this is the 2021 precinct maintenance plan. As an overview, Thurston County currently has 284 precincts. According to law, no changes can be made during the period starting 14 days prior to the first day of candidate filing for the primary election, and no precinct may exceed 1,500 active registered voters. Also, in accordance with law, every voting precinct must be wholly within a single congressional, legislative, and county legislative authority and city. And every voting precinct must be composed, as nearly as practical, of contiguous and compact areas. So there are going to be 4 areas that we're going to look at, 2 City of Lacey annexations, and 4 adjustments due to number of voters nearing 1,500 active registered voters. So the first one we'll look at is the City of Lacey annexation at Mullen Road. So it affects Glen Terra, which is precinct 82, approximately 224 voters, and Lacey 17, precinct 317, approximately 781 voters, and the annexed area is approximately 3 voters. So the area outlined in the dotted line is the area that was annexed into the City of Lacey. So we're proposing to move the annexed portion of Glen Terra into Lacey 17. So the new voter total for Glen Terra will be 221, and the new voter total for Lacey 17 will be 784. The second area is the City of Lacey annexation, Serenity Carpenter Road. So Kenwood, precinct 113, has approximately 708 voters. Lacey 33, precinct 333, has approximately 534 voters, and the annexed area has approximately 2 voters. So we're proposing to move the area outlined in the dotted line, the annexed area, into Lacey 33. So the new voter total for Kenwood would be 706, and the new voter total for Lacey 33 would be 536. The next area is Mushroom Corner. So Mushroom Corner has approximately 1,474 voters, and Deerbrush has approximately 586 voters. And so the approximate number of voters in a different precinct would be 320. So the area outlined in the dotted line is the area of Mushroom Corner that we propose moving into Deerbrush. And so the new voter total for Mushroom Corner would be about 1,154. And the new voter total for Deerbrush would be about 906. The next area is Olympia. So Olympia 35 has approximately 1,456 voters. Olympia 25 has approximately 408 voters. And the approximate number of voters in a different precinct would be 472. And so we propose to move the area outlined in the dotted line, which is the area of Olympia 35 west of Henderson, move it into Olympia 25. And so the new voter total for Olympia 35 would be 984, and the new voter total for Olympia 25 would be 880. And Lacey is the next area. Lacey 29 has approximately 1,473 voters, and Lacey 31 has approximately 734 voters, and the approximate number of voters in a different precinct is 280. So we propose moving the area outlined in the dotted line from Lacey 29 into Lacey 31, which is the area south of 45th Avenue. The new voter total for Lacey 29 would be 1,193, and the new voter total for Lacey 31 would be 1,014. And the last area is Lacey 54 has approximately 1,470 voters, and so the approximate number of voters in a different precinct would be 709. So we propose splitting this precinct in about half. So split Lacey east and west, Lacey 54, excuse me, east and west along Gateway Boulevard as illustrated. And so Lacey 54 would be reformed from the eastern area and create a new Lacey 55 precinct from the western area. And so the new voter total for Lacey 54 would be 706, and the voter total for the new Lacey 55 precinct would be 709. So the proposed results would be for the 2021 precinct count, 285. The approximate voters affected, 1,786 voters, which is less than 1%. We would be adding 1 new precinct. We would be adding 1 new legal description. We would have 11 precinct boundary adjustments. and we would have 10 amended precinct legal descriptions. And then 1 commissioner district legal would be amended. There's no boundary change and no total voter change because the commissioner district legal is a list of precincts. Are there any questions?
Questions before we go to public comment from the board?
Yes, I have a question. My question's in regards to, this is done because there can't be a certain number of voters in a precinct, is that correct?
Correct.
And what's that number again?
1,500 active registered voters.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Lynn, how many districts, let's see, we started out with 284, and how many are we going to have done providing there was an action taken on this? How many would there be?
285.
Oh,
Because we're adding-
just the one district change. Okay. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we're just adding 1 new precinct.
Right. So in a precinct, I'm just going to use where there's a lot of seniors and maybe they're all registered to vote, it would stay pretty static. But if there was a lot of families and, going to be quite a few of them turn 18 or something like that, then that number keeps changing. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very, the number of voters fluctuates based on, the population area. So like places that have a lot of maybe military families see a lot of moving in and out. And then places with new developments will see an influx.
I commend you and your team. It's got to be complicated. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
there's
you.
a lot of growth going on in the Lacey area, a lot of new developments, and that's one of the things that's driving this.
Okay, let's move to public testimony. There's no one in the boardroom to give in-person testimony. There are a number of names on Zoom, some of whom I don't recognize, so I'll have the county manager walk through and make sure that there are no Zoom commenters.
Hey, Lynn, can you stop sharing your screen, please?
Yes, I can.
I have some pre-registered members of the public who would like to provide public testimony this afternoon. Based on the list that I have been provided, I don't recognize anybody from the Zoom screen. So I'm going to go ahead and call those who I believe are not part of the county staff. So if I call you into your county staff, please accept my apologies. Ms. Laura Carlson. Mr. Jack Munjin.
I'm county staff.
Okay, oh, sorry, thank you, Laura.
I am also county staff.
Jeez, I need to meet you all. Okay, I'm gonna go down.
That's why I let the county manager do this part.
Riley Devaney, county staff.
I am county staff.
Okay. So I believe I recognize the rest. So I don't think it's anybody from Zoom who would like to provide public testimony, and we don't have anybody on the call either.
Okay, so what is it you were talking about, a pre-registration?
See, usually on the public hearings, we ask the public to register via Zoom if they want to participate, and they will join via Zoom if they'd like to provide public testimony. They have registered, but they have not joined that today.
Okay. Well then, I don't know that there's any, is there any discussion the board needs to have before we close public hearing?
I guess the only thing I would ask, Chair, is some people went to the effort of registering and then maybe they decided they didn't want to testify. Cold feet, I don't know. Is it okay if we heard their names? I mean, is that a public issue that we could?
No. What I have is Mr. Tony Wiki, Ms. Andrea Chanel, Mr. Daryl Rife, and Mr. Tim Kripon. That's what I have.
Okay. Did they happen to put addresses down?
No, it's just names. They just register.
Sure. No, I was just thinking as they hadn't come in, it'd be nice to at least give them the courtesy of the recognition that, you know, they might have got cold feet, but they're
Yeah,
interested.
those are the names they have pre-registered. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, then I'm going to close public hearing. And would the board like to take action on this proposed ordinance?
Lacking any further discussion, I'm prepared to make a motion.
Okay,
I would move to approve the ordinance for the proposed legal description and precinct boundary changes, updating 11 precincts with boundary line adjustments and creating one new precinct. And the ordinance for the proposed legal description for one commissioner district.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
I guess the only thing I'd say that maybe it seems to be some sense of urgency because staff is going to be behind the gun when the census comes out. And so it would behoove us, it would help them, I think, if we would pass this soon. So that's my feeling on it.
I have just a procedural question. Did we have to move to close the public hearing? Or could you do that just by your authority as
I
chair?
think, yeah, you need to entertain a motion to close the.
Okay, well then, let's do that first.
I apologize.
Forgot about that.
Thank you for.
Is there a motion to close public hearing?
Yes, I would move to close this public hearing.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing closed. Okay, now we've got a motion.
Do you want me to
Go ahead and
reread
redo
it?
just for form.
Okay. I would move to approve the ordinance for the proposed legal description and precinct boundary changes, updating 11 precincts with boundary line adjustments and creating one new precinct. And the ordinance for the proposed legal description for one commissioner district.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, and I would just like to compliment the staff of the auditor's office. This is complicated in a way, but these materials are very clear, step by step. The changes that are made are extremely logical and just very obvious and well done. So thank you for taking something complicated and making it easy enough that a commissioner can understand. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, they have great staff. And now the work is just moving all the voters into their new precinct and notifying them of their new precinct numbers. So
Let's hope our redistricting goes just as smoothly in this year.
fingers crossed.
All right, I'll
right.
call for a vote on this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.